Hi, everybody. I wanted to take a few minutes to review with you the directions for the week one, assignment one discussion post for this week. And as we are doing the readings this week and watching the videos, we're going to be introduced to several concepts. We are going to be looking at the definition of social welfare policy. We are going to be looking at the role of various institutions, including the social welfare institution, in addressing social problems and meeting human need, specifically here in the United States. We're also going to be looking at the three ways that social welfare policy gets made at the federal level, and talking about some examples of U.S. policies made in each of these three ways. And that's sort of what the crux of this initial assignment and discussion post is. You're going to be completing what we're calling an internet scavenger hunt, where you're going to be asked to find an example of a social welfare policy, a public policy, that was created in each of the following three ways. So you're going to be looking for three different policies: one that was created by legislation passed by Congress, one policy that was created as the result of a Supreme Court decision, and one policy that was created by an executive order of the president. And you'll be learning more about those three different types of policy creation in the readings and videos this week. So what you're going to want to do is find an area that you're interested in, either a population you're interested in or a social welfare problem area that you're interested in. And you're going to, again, look for a policy that was created by legislation, a policy that was created by a Supreme Court decision, and a policy that was created by executive order. Executive orders can be somewhat more narrow, so you may not be able to find an executive order that is on the same topic as the legislation and the Supreme Court decision that you find, and that's okay. So it's okay if the executive order is on a different topic. For this assignment, you can use mainstream news sources. So, some examples here: the New York Times, the Washington Post, other major news sources, as well as alternative news sources. But you want to try to find fairly current examples, so from within the past 3 years, to the extent that you can do that. And you might need to read more than one source so that you have a full understanding of the policy. And there is also, if I go back here, there is also a document that shows you how to find public policies for week one if you're not sure how to approach that. But again, for this assignment, you can use mainstream news sources as well as alternative news sources. So what you're going to do by the end of the day on Thursday, after you've researched and found these three policies, is you're going to list and briefly describe the three policies. You are going to describe one of the policies at length, approximately 150 words, and you want to include what the policy does, what the policy hopes to achieve, which groups the policy targets, and what need the policy was created to address. The third thing you're going to then do is to identify at least one other primary institution, so whether the family, the workplace, religion, community, or the marketplace, and you're going to be reading about those in the Dimensions of Social Welfare Policy text this week. You're going to identify at least one other primary institution that gets involved in meeting the same need, and describe how that institution tries to address that area of need. And there are going to be examples in your reading and in the videos that you're watching this week. So if you haven't done the reading yet, this may not make much sense, but once you've done it, number three should flow pretty easily from that. So that's due on Thursday. That's your initial post. And then by the end of the day, Sunday, you're going to be asked to respond to at least 3 classmates' posts. And in your responses to your classmates, you want to discuss your opinion on the policy that your class member described, whether you're in favor of it, opposed to it, why, and what sources did you use in forming your opinion. So there should be, some depth and critical thought to your response. I'm really looking for responses that demonstrate engagement, as you'll see in the rubric below. And it should be more than just, I like what you said, but it should be whether or not you agree with the post, why you do or don't, and what sources are sort of backing up your position. So it should be a little more in depth than just agreeing or disagreeing. And that's really important because often, we will disagree with policies or with others' opinions, or we may agree with them, But either way, we need to be able to defend our position and substantiate that, using sources, so that which really strengthens our argument and our position. So that's the assignment in a nutshell. If you have questions about the assignment, feel free to post them in the Ask the Instructor forum, or you can email me. The assignments, again, will be graded according to the rubric below. And again, I don't want anyone getting too obsessed about points. If you follow the rubric and follow the assignment, points will definitely come. I'm really looking forward to reading these posts. This is really your first opportunity to pick a policy area that you're interested in, and to begin learning more about some of the policies that have been created related to that. And I would really encourage you, starting here in week 1, to use these discussion post assignments, because they will build up to the paper that is due in week 4. So I think starting out with something that you're interested in here could potentially help you as we move through the course, and lead up to the papers that we'll be doing later on. So again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to email me or post in the Ask the Instructor forum, and I look forward to reading your posts, and I'm sure everyone's going to do a great job. Thanks, and I will talk to everybody soon.